the Friday nights, but we did switch it up a little bit. Like I said, if you've been following along, we posted in there that we had a new something going on there this Friday night with a little family event there. So we had to switch it up a little bit to do a Sunday. So hopefully you are having fun this weekend, tuning in, having a great time. The weather's been really great. Had a little bit of rain here in Florida. I don't know where else you're all checking in from here. We'll check here in a second to see where everyone is tuning in, to see what kind of weather we had or y'all had this weekend here. Um, so hopefully, again, we'll try to keep it to our Fridays, unless it's up to you guys. You guys think Sunday nights are better, or get you back into the work week or something? That might not be a bad idea, right? Everyone's kind of just want to do a little chill into the weekend, and maybe that's something we take a look at, right? Um, so maybe that's what we do. Maybe do we switch it up to Sundays? You tell me. I'm flexible, as best as I can be. So just not too flexible, I guess. I'm not. That's why I'm not a gymnast. So hopefully, like I said, you're having a great time here. So we definitely got to have a half an hour here. It is still a school night for most of y'all. So as the comment says there, happy hour on Sundays isn't that really just day drinking, right? So anyway, we're all drinking anyway. So I'm drinking some Club Tiki tonight here, some pina colada. A good way to finish off the weekend there. So yeah, so we can just get right to it then, and get into we got all sorts of stuff we got to catch up on. I'm going to save our story here in a second here because I got to changing up the pace a little bit with our Florida Man story a little bit to kind of bring a different approach to this week's Florida Man. But first, let's go ahead and get to our favorite game that we love to play. It's called All right, all right. So what do we got for What the Florida? So our card for this week of What the Florida is: what is something that everyone looks stupid doing? What is something that everyone looks stupid doing? Okay. So there we go. We're going to leave that card out there. We'll repeat it two more times before we wrap up. So, hey, Siri. So, I host Sunday supper for the family most Sundays. So, Sundays won't be work for me. Okay. There we go. So, Sundays are out. So, okay. So, that's, we can keep it on Fridays. Sometimes I know the weekends are kind of tough, or do we switch it up to the midweek or something? So, again, I'm open to suggestions, see what you all think and so forth. So, thanks for tuning in, Siri. Then, so most Sundays. So it just happened to work out, I guess, that this Sunday was open, I guess, for you then, that it didn't conflict too bad. So, all right. So are you hanging in there? You have a good Sunday so far? How's the weather up there in your part of the country? So I think, again, like I said, it was pretty nice weekend. It was a long week for me work wise. In my day job, so it was a lot of early wake up, early hours, early long days. So it was good to get to do. I was definitely looking forward to a happy hour uh, last week or this Friday. But again, like I said, we had some obligations, family obligations to take care of. And I like how y'all were so supportive when I put the question out there in the poll to see what y'all thought about when to move this Friday, this happy hour. And I'm so glad y'all wanted me to do a live stream from the event. So supportive, right? So yes, even I have to take a break every so often, right? Or definitely will get into a lot of trouble. So yeah, 80s and beautiful. Yeah, the weather's really nice. It's gonna start getting warm up, I think, this week. So I think this is gonna be a pretty warm week for that part of the country there where you're at. So but yeah, so we're just again just hanging out tonight. It's gonna be probably more of a little bit more chill one. We don't have any guests with us, either in person or remote or on Zoom. So we're definitely just kind of having a little chill. Again, I think that's how most Sundays are, right? You kind of just start slowing it down a little bit. Busy weekend. We did a lot of things that we kind of try to catch up doing. It's been, like I said, it's been a long week for me, and just catching up on doing a whole lot of editing and some chores here and there and so forth. So So, all right. So, what do we got here? So, we'll get a real quick out of the way here. A couple things. Our housekeeping things are. So, we just dropped an episode this past week. So, if you wanted to learn more about how symbols are made, right? Hold on. Hold on. So, do you want to learn? Do you want to learn more how something like this is made, right? You know, did you ever check out that TV show, How It's Made? So this is something that our recent guest on the podcast, Nick, is the owner of Nicky Moon Percussion. He makes cymbals. He's a cymbal maker, master cymbal maker. Really cool episode. Again, that was for the second episode of a 5-part series this month where we're having independent percussion makers, cymbal makers, drum makers, stick makers, all sorts of whatever it is that falls into the drum category. But I always thought this was kind of an interesting one to talk to people that make the cymbals. So very similarly, like some of the craft drum companies that we have up on our shelf here are local good friends of ours who've been on the podcast. You know, I thought about, hey, how do we find and have a conversation with smaller, mom and pop, independent percussion makers, and this one was kind of interesting. Kind of, if you want to learn more, how there's a lot of history in cymbal making in general. I didn't know that the reason why cymbals are made of bronze is because bronze carries or does the best with vibration and sound. So I just never thought about it. Didn't know that. I should have known that. But yeah, check it out. Also, the episode actually dropped the same video of that podcast on the same day, Tuesday. So the video portion of the podcast, I know I usually wait a week or so, or even later that week on Sunday to drop episodes. But I'm going to start trying to turn the episodes around on the same day because I think there might be a better connection between the audio and the video to kind of see what some things are being referenced in the audio portion of the podcast. So yeah, check out that podcast we just dropped there. Nicky Moon Percussion there. And again, big shout out to Kira, who we had on back in March. She helped connect me with Nick to put this podcast together. And again, it's kind of cool thing about alums helping alums or referring alums. And that leads right into who's coming up next this week. On Tuesday is going to be dropping an episode with actually another one where we had a reference, an alum, a Drums and Rums alum, refer or connect me with another company, another upcoming guest. And who I had on was Dan and Doug from Scorpion Percussion. They make hickory sticks here. These are supposed to be really durable sticks. This is called, they have this grip, this dipped grip on the stick here. So some better, you can hold this better. And again, as you know, if you've been following, got the stitches out. Kind of hard to see maybe. I do have a little bit of now I have a scar, but it kind of probably will blend in like all the other lines that are on my hand. But it's getting better. It's going to take a little bit of time getting my my tendons and my fingers used to being back in that position since it had been so long. So it'll take there. But again, anyway, my whole point is I can hold a stick again a little bit better. So again, Scorpion Percussion. Check out that episode. It's going to be dropping this Tuesday with Dan and Doug, the owners of Scorpion Percussion. Really super cool guys. And again, want to give a big shout out to Rick Bacata and Angela Bacata there. They were part of the alum Drums and Rums alum family. To come on and again connect me with them. Angela is Angel is endorsed by them. So she's an artist under the Scorpion Percussion. And so again, it was a great episode there. So check that out on Tuesday. Learn about stick making, and that was definitely a really cool time talking to these guys. And again, just their passion and they kind of started up this company and charging a credit card. How many stories have we ever heard about people charging credit cards to make movies or whatever it may be? And so they stuck with it. So definitely check it out. Also, it'll be dropping on YouTube, the video version of that podcast too. So, all right. So there's some of our housekeeping we got. And actually, so what else we got coming up too is if you've been, again, trying to follow some of the other social media, you see I've been looking for somebody to help me tape a couple episodes coming up, but just an assistant, an extra pair of hands, etc. Where I'm going to be heading up to Georgia next weekend to tape. This is definitely going to be the ultimate Drums and Rums weekend because we're going to tape our last installment of our percussion series of the month, episode 99. If I look at my board, yep, nope. This is going to be, yes, episode 99. And with Outlaw Percussion, they are a drum kit company up in Georgia. And then not far from where they're located is Richland Distillery. So I'm going to crack open a little bit of some Richland rum. So this is single estate, old South Georgia rum. This is a single barrel select cask strength. And this is, if I can read it, 115 proof. So there you go, right? So there you go. Big shout out to Richland. I've been looking forward to them. This is a really cool story. They're up in Georgia. Yeah, you probably would never thought. They grow their own sugarcane in Georgia on this farm. They have a farm, and then they have the distillery located just inside of Richland, Georgia. It's a really small town. I did get a chance to stop by the distillery just real quick to pick up some things when I was traveling through the area back in 2020. And I was trying to meet up with them for a long time and had this great idea early in the podcast about visiting them and all that. And they have a lot of really cool things, tours, and et cetera. It's a part of the estate. And they also have a Mustang sanctuary. So that's something that, so lots of pictures there. So I'm also, maybe I got to save some of this other behind the scenes footage there. Maybe I'm thinking about starting up a Patreon. I'm just trying to figure out what to kind of provide and put out there for folks, to kind of help support the podcast. Again, things travel, right, to bring some cool content. Again, this is going to be a really cool weekend. So Friday, taping the episode with Outlaw Drums for 99th episode. And then the next day on Saturday, taping the episode with Richland Rum. So a really cool story, Richland. So let me go ahead and crack open a little bit of some Richland Rum. Where's our... I have any sniffers? All right, well, I'll use one of these here. I got our glass. I think I have a Richland, actually, little snifter in the other bar. But we'll go ahead and use our... It's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll go ahead and use our good friends at Sugarworks there. I don't think you want any. No, she shook her head and said no. There, you all heard it on camera. I offered. So here, just give it a. Oh, now she's tasting it. Now she wants some. Thank you, sir. Yes, my hand is improving. Thank you. So there you go. Yep, there you go. Definitely nice smell of wood, right? Yeah. So also too, we have some of their coffee beans where they age it in rum barrels, so you get a little bit of the flavor from that. So, all right. Whoo. Oh yeah, 115 proof. Definitely is going to open you up there. So, all right. So let's get our second attempt here. So yeah, really looking forward to next weekend. Really good time. I'm going to make sure I got plenty of storage on all my cameras and phones to take a lot of pictures and a lot of video and all that. I think that footage is going to be really great. So stay tuned on that. So next week. And so we're just trucking along there, reaching the magic mark of triple digits on number on the podcast. Who would have thought we'd have still kept on going, making it through a little over 2 years later and still keep on going. Now, we've got a lot of other ideas that are possibly cooking too. So, but we'll talk maybe a little bit more of that in a second. All right, so here's our second time reading the card. What is something that everyone looks stupid doing? All right, so I'd like to see what those answers are and try to keep it as clean as possible. Well, no, hey, it is a private group, so go ahead. Children shouldn't be being in this group anyway. So, all right, so yeah, so like I said, Richland Rum, really looking forward to it. Next weekend, be taping that episode there. So stay tuned for more about that episode on Richland and so forth. And again, also, it's going to be really cool with Outlaw Drums there, meeting another percussion company. So, I don't know. Like I said, I think kind of some of these these little podcast groupings and series, having episodes with guests that have very similar type of things, whether I've been thinking about doing a whole month or a series on people that are in the Tiki culture, right? There's a lot of rum involved in that, and there's a lot, Tiki culture is really huge, and there's it's a lot. There's a whole rabbit hole. Is that the right word? Down the rabbit hole, I guess. Yeah. So hey, Bo, how's it going? That one was strong enough. I tasted it. Yeah, it was. I think this might be up there with one of the highest ones I've got here. I know there's some 151, some overproof stuff we probably got floating around here too. So yeah, hey, Bo, thanks for checking in there. So on a Sunday night. So yeah, thanks here. Yeah, my hand is getting better. So again, I got the stitches out and just got to have to exercise it more and just get a little bit stronger in the hand there. So, all right. So, what do we else? Like I said, I think that's all pretty much the housekeeping there. We got going on there. A lot of things going and happening with the episodes coming up. Just don't know where the rest of the summer is going to go, how we're going to plan that out. Obviously, August is going to be August is Rum Month, and obviously, an International Rum Day. So we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do for that. But stay tuned on those kind of fun plans. And also locally, if you're local here in the Jupiter, West Palm Beach County area. I've been approached about doing something on Tuesday nights here in local wine and charcuterie. Is that the right way to say it? Charcuterie. And about doing a live event there where it'll be live streamed and it'll be interactive. So I'm just still trying to figure out what I'm going to do exactly. But yep, so I'm going to kind of maybe look to add that into maybe a little bit of the repertoire of some of the content and so forth, but we'll see how it goes. And, hopefully please come on out, support, be part of it again, help me out there. And, it is a really cool little intimate place there. Really cool owners. They got live music and, have really neat little places. Actually, another mom and pop that just made it through the pandemic. Right. So really want to support those folks as well too. So, all right, so we have our Florida man story, and I want to kind of a little precursor here on this version of the story here. Okay, so you all probably see the guy and the lady and the dog, and looks like some wheelchair thing going on there. So I switched it up here and want to give a little bit more heartfelt kind of story, right? So again, when I'm usually looking for these stories here to talk about and bring up, I always try to see what type of angle or something that approach it. But again, this is the headline. And yes, this is a Florida man story. So, Florida man dedicated to helping animals donate 68 wheelchairs to pets with disabilities. John Cox, a retired deputy from Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, has donated wheelchairs to 64 dogs, 3 cats, and a goat over the last year through his organization, Ruck 9. Dozens of animals are back on their paws and hooves thanks to the efforts of the retired deputy in Florida. John Cox, a retired deputy from Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, has donated the wheelchairs, and the nonprofit is dedicated to raising funds to cover special needs animals' mobility equipment expenses. Our mission is to help as many animals as possible, get wheelchairs, and help them feel like they are the animal they were supposed to be. Cox said in a statement provided to People, all proceeds are going to be be able to put more and more wheelies on our wheelie warriors. Ruck 9 provides its recipients with wheelchairs from Walk-In Pets, a company that makes custom mobility equipment for animals, including skunks, lambs, and more. Skunks? Oh, I guess people have pet skunks, I guess. And all the money that comes into Ruck 9 goes right back to help dogs, cats, goats, whatever I can help. It doesn't matter. I'm going to try to help as many as I can, Cox said in a video interview with Walk-In Pets about his project. Don Jackson knows just how important Cox's efforts are, having seen the impact a donated wheelchair had on his own dog, Maddie. In the Walk-In Pets video, Jackson explained that Maddie previously couldn't get around because she had no use of her back legs. The wheelchair Maddie received from Ruck 9 allows her to run around like any other dog. She has no idea what legs are. Somebody forgot to tell her about she had them, Jackson said. So again, big shout out there to you, Mr. John Cox there, for doing something there. And again, I told you I wanted to switch it up here, have a nice little story about rather than somebody breaking into a 7-Eleven or stealing a car or whatever. So here's to you, John Cox. You are our Florida man this week here. Thank you, John Cox, for taking your own time as a retired police officer, and thank you for your service as a law enforcement officer. And here's cheers to you, our Florida man. Cheers. All right, so there we go. So like I said, we switched it up a little bit here to kind of go back into our Florida man story there. I know we kind of have a little bit of some depressing stories there ever so often. So yeah, so cheers to John there. Yeah. So, all right. So what else is going on there, Bo? How's the weather? So we heard from Siri. She's saying it's 80s and beautiful here in Florida. It was high 80s, probably low 90s. Just very hot today, overcasty kindness. Trying to think what else we've got going on here too. And I think yeah, it was definitely a good story. Live on a Sunday. Yes, sir. You never know when I'm going to pop up, Cole. You never know where I'm going to show up there. Thanks for tuning in, Cole. Yeah, check out there. Cole is one of the co-hosts, I guess. Are you the host or the co-host of the Just Drinking show there? They do over on YouTube. They've got a show there every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Him and Roger, his co-host, host a show there. They talk rum. They interact. They do a lot of cool stuff. And they also have lots of reviews that they do of different rums that they get at their hands on. So definitely check it out if you want to learn more about rums and different type of reviews and their reviews on a rum that you're thinking about buying. Definitely go check them out there. So they've been alive and kicking for quite a few years now over on YouTube. So we're co-supporting to help each other out there. And give shout outs to each other there. So co-host until Roger gets fired. Uh-oh. Hopefully he's not watching this one there. Yeah, so definitely check those guys out. They have a good time. Those two crazy guys. All the way rum drinking in Iowa. Now, I don't know. I guess that's it. Rum, see, that just goes to show you, rum can be had anywhere, even in Iowa. So even though that's probably very heavily whiskey country, I would assume, right, Cole? So yeah, all right, yes, I am drinking. We are popping in on a Sunday again. It's not necessarily a happy hour on a Sunday. It's basically probably day drinking, I guess, would we call that. So yeah, so if you, 115 proof, babe. So yeah, I don't know if you missed it, Cole. There, we just talked about my trip next weekend for taping a couple episodes, and one of them is going to be going up to Richland Distillery in Richland. Iowa is very whiskey heavy for now. That's true, right? Yes, they're converting every person in Iowa personally over to rum. All 300 of them, right? It's only like 300 people in Iowa, right? Something like that. So, all right. So let's read our question here again one more time, and again we actually might get in and out on our show here right on time. So here we go. Third last time. What is something that everyone looks stupid doing? What is something everybody looks stupid doing? I've got a couple ideas on what that could be. Again, I don't play. I'll let you guys have fun with it. And here's a question. What is something everybody looks stupid doing? So I'm sure there's going to be some really good answers. Yeah, so let's see. So remember, go ahead and post your response and your answer over in the Facebook group. And then that all goes part of our interaction and see who our top posters are, our top contributors, those who are starting conversations about rum, drums, music, anything somewhere in that middle. I say drums and rums and everything in between. So definitely check that out there. So again, post your answer, post your response over in the Facebook group. It's pinned in the link here in the chat. So definitely check that out. So yeah, so like I said, here's the John Cox, doing the Lord's work there, helping the animals. Really nice of him. I mean, I've always thought about trying to have some of these people actually on the Friday night show and actually salute them. Maybe we switch that up and like bring some people on and who are, more positive than reading about, the police blotter, Florida man kind of things. and kind of salute some of these fellow Floridians who are doing really nice things. And oh yeah, speaking of that, right? Speaking of nice for and I know we got a couple minutes here. Speaking of good Samaritans, it was a couple good Samaritans. There's like two stories this week here just in Palm Beach County, right? One was a guy was in a plane. His pilot like somehow went unconscious. The guy in this little Cessna had to take over flying, who didn't know how to fly. And I guess the air traffic control tower told him basically fly along the coast because that's how then he can kind of follow where he's going. And then once he got closer to Palm Beach International Airport, they were able to guide him because I guess his transponder went out also. And then so once he got closer, they were able to pick him up on radar. Apparently, because there's so many things flying in the air nowadays, right? So that was one crazy story, right? I guess that could have been a Florida man story. And then the other one was again about Good Samaritans and doing good and positive. Is a lady had a pass some type of medical thing happen, passed out or seizure at a light at a very busy intersection here in South Florida, and her car just started coasting through the. You talk about luckily it wasn't while all the other traffic's going in the other direction or the other way, and she passed out, and coworker was just happened to be right beside her in another car, saw her, started chasing after her, and all these other people started getting out of their cars to stop the car. It was just like coasting through, and who knows what could have happened. So luckily, again, total strangers, except for the coworker, obviously, but total strangers coming together and like helping this elderly lady out with her medical problem and so forth. So there is good in the world, and yeah. And there's, even with all the folks that are moving here to Florida. So again, so there's definitely lots of good in the world. So yeah. So all right. What's Bo say? Saw that on the news up here in Wisconsin, Michigan. Yep. So that's true. Yeah. There's sometimes we do make the news in a good way, right? So, all right. Well, anyway, so I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do next Friday because again, like I said, I'm gonna be traveling up to Georgia there for taping 2 episodes. And no, oh yeah, maybe I can have a guest fill in on the taping the show here. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe have somebody. We did that one time, right? I did it from Miami when we went to the Miami Rum Takeover. I think I did. I did it live. I pushed all the buttons in here. Yeah, I think that was kind of it. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do that again. We'll see. I have no idea what the Wi-Fi is going to be in like southwestern Georgia, so I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like, but. Yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned. You never know. And again, as I mentioned a little bit about the Patreon stuff, kind of working through some of those things, kind of maybe try to start offering some other stuff. I don't know how that's going to be possible. I'm pretty much wide open and offering and give up everything and anything. So, but we'll kind of figure some things out there to kind of, grow a little bit on that. And I know I don't even push really a whole lot of the, t-shirts that I've got out there on, Teespring or Spring, whatever the hell it's called nowadays, Spring and whatever the other stuff and so forth. So yeah, so definitely check it out. More to come. Like I said, this week is got a lot going on here. Looking forward to the episode here. Make sure you check out this upcoming episode with Doug and Dan, the owners of Scorpion Percussion. Again, these are the guys that makes these drumsticks there. There's supposed to be one of the really durable stick, and that's why they went into the business of making these sticks, and is for drummers. Obviously you go through a lot. So again, I guess if you got durable sticks, you're not having to buy so many sticks. But yeah. So I haven't had a chance. Like I said, just had the hand surgery all wrapped up here, so I'm gonna start actually getting back over to the drum shack and start getting back on the drums there and so forth. So all right. So it is 8:01. So we're not too bad on time here. Again, cheers. Make sure you check out Club Tiki there. So they have a Blue Hawaii and a Pina Colada. Go to their website, clubtikico.com, and use Drums and Rums promo code, and you get free shipping on 2 4-packs or more. And also there's a discount that also if you buy the 2 4-packs or more, and I get a little bit off, or a little something from that, a part of the affiliate program from them, helping support them, promote them, etc. Helps them, helps me, etc. So buy some Club Tiki, Bye, bye, bye. They got some new flavors coming up soon, too. 2 new flavors coming soon, which I'm looking forward to that. So, again, they're also, again, a mom and pop company, upstarts, and so forth. So, definitely support us. They're also alums of the podcast there. Check it out. They were on back in January, Elliot from Club Tiki. So, again, Club Tiki, again, if you are a White Claw drinker, you know somebody, convert them over to this. This is a hard-based cocktail in a can, rum-based cocktail in a can. So, pina colada. And, even though they don't necessarily support us, but again, we have fun with our Florida Man beer here from Cigar City Brewing, also a Florida company, obviously. So there's to you. And cheers again, John Cox, to you, helping out those little puppies. And skunks, too, and goats and lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my, I guess he helps. So, yep. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for checking out. So stay tuned. And we got to figure out what we're doing this month for the giveaway. We haven't quite figured that one out yet, but since it's going to be next month is Father's Day is next month, we'll have to figure out something to tie into a Father's Day-ish gift, even if you're not a father, something to that effect. We'll figure it out. So, yeah. So, all right, everybody. So have a great night. Hope you have a great week also. This is a fun lead into the week. Have a cocktail or 2 or 3 or 4. But then your 6 o'clock in the morning alarm will go off and it's time to get up. So again, I am Paul, your hostess with the mostest. There, Florida Man. Check it out. Stay tuned for the upcoming episodes. Cheers, y'all. Have a great night.